Hold up. Why do they doubt the kid? I'm about to prove them all wrong again. I got a low tolerance, cause they don't even know what the problem is. It's me. You waiting on the boy to fail, then hold your breath and face your death. Cause you play a roulette with each step. I progress, no less. Go ahead and place your bet.
Welcome back, y'all. This is the Double M Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Jesus Dinero, here with my co-host,
Puma El Gato.
What do we got going on tonight, my man?
Justin Gaethje shocking the world. He is a new lightweight champion at UFC Freedom 250. Let's talk about it.
Justin Gaethje shocked absolutely everybody. Justin Gaethje went in there and picked apart Ilia Topuria. There's no other way about it, man. That's exactly what he did. Listen, in the first round, we were actually quite surprised. Justin Gaethje was quite light on his feet. The jab was landing at will. There was not a single jab that was not landing for Justin Gaethje. And I actually told him then, if this is the Justin, if he stays behind that jab the entire night, he's going to win. He's going to win. So the first round absolutely went to Justin Gaethje. He did enough work, especially up top. In fact, I think in the first round, he bloodied up Ilia Topuria, but not enough to the point where I'm like, okay, he's out for sure. The next round, he started doing the same amount of damage, man, laying in those jabs, laying in that work up top, and there was a point there where it looked like he might get him out of there. But then Ilia came back with some phenomenal, and I mean phenomenal body work, bro. The punches that he was laying into Justin Gaethje, he was ripping him, bro. You could see the ripples every single time that Ilia Topuria threw a punch at the body. And so much so that Justin willingly went to the ground. Now, in my opinion, this is where Ilia made a mistake. Because think about this, guys. You're laying some heavy body work on your opponent to the point where he has to go down. He just can't take the liver shots. He goes, why would you, at that moment in time, go and wrestle with him? Now, listen, I get it. Maybe Ilia thought, I'm going to finish him with some punches, some striking to the ground. But he tried a lot of things on the ground. He tried an armbar, and then he tried a choke, and then he tried an armbar again. And then when in his second attempt at trying the armbar, he actually flipped him all the way over. And I'll be honest with you guys, I think that was the fatal mistake. If you look at the fight after that, he was gassed, bro. In fact, I actually thought he was trying to take the third round off Ilia Topuria because I thought he was trying to regain his stamina, trying to get his breath back under him and all that. And this is the round where Justin teed off. He went just crazy on him. At this point, keep in mind, if we're in the third round, I give the first round to Justin, second round to Ilia. So Ilia could have finished it in the second round. I believe if he would have not gone down when the body shots were too much for Justin, if he would have just stood back and let Justin get up, I feel like he could have finished him with the body work. But that's not what Ilia did. He made a fatal mistake. He went in there and he gassed himself out because after that, he just could not do anything. Now, I believe it was after the second round where Ilia was telling his corner that he couldn't see out of, I want to say, his left eye. And obviously that's, going to be something not good moving forward, given the fact that if you can't see your opponent, you can't see his punches. And I believe that he, in fact, could not see because everything was landing for Justin Gaethje. The overhand, the jab, the uppercut, the dirty uppercut. He actually noticed a really good technique that Justin was using throughout the fight that I didn't pick up on, and I'll let him explain here in just a bit. But after that second round where Ilia gassed himself out, Justin just annihilated him. He just annihilated him. Third round, all Justin Gaethje. Fourth round, all Justin Gaethje, to the point where, I'll be honest with you guys, Topuria did not look like himself. And I'm not talking about he looked tired or whatever, but I'm talking about his face was literally rearranged to the point where he just did not look like the same Ilia Topuria. And at that juncture, personally, my opinion, Topuria quit. Now, I know a lot of people are saying his brother was the one that actually said no more. Regardless, bro, you told your brother you couldn't continue, so you quit. And listen, this kind of brings us to the overall thing. I honestly don't care that Ilia lost. Losses happen all the time. I'm disappointed that Alex lost, but hey, Alex lost, it happens. I'm disappointed because all the dramatics that Ilia Topuria did, celebrating the day before, putting up 18-0 on his Instagram bio, bringing the rose, a rose for the guy he's going to annihilate. I'm sorry that it has to be you, Justin. All this, just to take that much of a loss, just to quit on your stool. Arman Sarukian put up a post where he was calling him Ilia No Mas Topuria. Listen, bro, it's devastating because you quit, big dog. Like it or not, you quit. Listen, Justin shocked everybody because everybody was making. I specifically went on Instagram and just saw the endless amount of messages of people just going in, and I saw very, very, very few people saying that Justin was going to win. Everybody thought that this was in the bag for Ilia Topuria, that because of his divorce, he was just going to lay all that frustration on Justin Gaethje, get him out of there to show his wife, this is what would have happened to you if I was a lesser man. All that type of stuff, right? All that type of stuff. But no, man, Justin did his thing in there. He picked them apart. And there's one thing that Justin did bring up in his post-fight interview that I think is true. I think what a lot of people were saying was that because Ilia Topuria is so used to knocking people out first, second round, that if he were to go into the deep waters of the later rounds, he wouldn't have the gas tank. Kind of looks like it's true. No, I'll be honest with you. I think it was a little bit more, not so much the gas tank, but the work that Justin put in, because Justin annihilated him. I think it was more that than anything else. But the fact of the matter is, bro, you quit. After the fight happened, I said, listen, I don't know if Justin's going to retire or not, because it's a question if he's going to retire. Justin doesn't need Ilia. Ilia needs Justin. If Ilia doesn't get that run back after that performance, and listen, it wasn't even a bad performance, because again, in the second round, Ilia was putting in work. Ilia was turning it around in the second round. But the fact that even though you weren't doing bad, Justin was just that much better than you, just goes to show you Justin was the man on that night. And listen, this is why MMA math doesn't work, guys. This is why boxing math doesn't work. You always think because Ilia Topuria knocked out Max Holloway and Max Holloway knocked out Justin Gaethje, hey, it makes natural sense that Ilia Topuria is going to win. And I was dead wrong on that, like a lot of y'all. Listen, shout out to Justin. He did his thing. Good for him. He got a fat bonus from Dana and the sponsors and all those other people. He deserves to get his flowers because everybody, including ourselves, doubted him. Good for Justin. What do you think about that, my man?
Pride always cometh before the fall. And fall from grace did Ilia lose after this. Because think of the amount of smack talk that Ilia was throwing every single which way, irrespective of Justin Gaethje. The smack talking to Bud Crawford, guess what? That's going to be gone. The smack talking that he had against Shakur Stevenson, that's gone. The aura that he had against Ryan Garcia, that's gone. The potential sweepstakes against Conor McGregor, guess what? Gonzo. The number one pound per pound against Islam, Islam better not even be a thought in your name after that performance, my guy, because Justin stole every single one of those right out from under you. One of the greatest performances that I've seen out of Justin Gaethje, because weirdly enough, it seemed very Justin Gaethje, but not Justin Gaethje at the same time. I would have thought at the very least, and this is where my preliminary thought was before the White House card was, I thought for 1 second that if given a chance, Justin was going to try his absolute best to try and tee off a la his fight against Max Holloway. And now, obviously, that we already know what the Max Holloway fight looked like. Justin Gaethje was flat on the ground, flatlined. And again, that's what I envisioned was going to happen with Ilia Topuria. But thanks to, and we got to throw some shout outs to his coach, Trevor Whitman here, they pulled off a picture perfect plan. And the moment that I thought it was going to turn into a characteristic Justin Gaethje knockout loss, believe it or not, he did his absolute best to try and avoid that. Anytime that Ilia Topuria tried to tee off on Justin Gaethje, I understand that Justin Gaethje, if he had his back up to the wall, he would try his best to defend against it, but he would take any chance to get to slip right out of the cage wall and get back into neutral position, which ring work, phenomenal. I absolutely love that. Second, as much as a boring and simplistic style it is, bread and butter jabs working every single night, hitting flush on Ilia Topuria, and Ilia Topuria had no defense against it. And again, I brought this up in the fight up against it because I thought it was weird that Justin would try to go up against Ilia, which is a pretty decent wrestler. Justin kept trying to go for a double leg shoot up against Ilia, and Ilia tried to stuff it, and every single time Justin would actually go in, get close, and do a dirty phone booth uppercut, and it would cut him right about here up in round one. And I kept thinking, dog, why is Justin keep trying to shoot? Ilia is going to wrestle. Ilia is a better wrestler than he was. And that's when I realized Justin was never trying to wrestle Ilia at all. Far from it. He was actually using that double leg shoot to actually get in closer and actually sneak in an uppercut. And every single time, 80% of the time, it worked. He was actually able to cut Ilia up against both of the eyebrows. And not only that, combined with the jab going in right into the center of the face, dog, Ilya's eye was swelling in on itself, losing vision, and even Ilia admits it, he lost vision in his right eye entirely, and slowly it was working its way up to the left, meaning all of his vision was pretty much compromised over the course of 4 rounds. And from Justin doing from dirty boxing tactics, bread and butter like the jab, and doing everything in his power for getting back in the neutral position and getting out of the cage wall as often as he could, trying to get into neutral position as often as possible. Holy crap. There was even a time, I think it was in the 3rd round, where Ilia tried his best to try and shoot for whatever wrestling takedown it was, and Justin was actually able to stuff them. Every single time, he was actually almost able to get a guillotine choke on him. And granted, Ilia did get out of it, but the fact that Ilia was the one trying to shoot for it and Justin was able to reverse it into his own submission attempt, dog, picture perfect plan by Justin Gaethje, showing out against the world and beating out Ilia Topuria on both game fronts, both in the striking and in the wrestling. Dog, Justin Gaethje shocked the world, made me look like an idiot for doubting him, and if this is gonna wait that Justin Gaethje proves me wrong, dog, I can't help but smile like a proud father. Good on Justin Gaethje, the new undisputed lightweight champion. I'm absolutely here for that. What do you guys think about the victory? Let us know in the comments, but what are your final thoughts on this main event?
Yeah, listen, man, you called it perfectly. As far as the things that Justin did, he had a plan, implemented it perfectly all along the way. Every time that I saw Justin doing something, it seemed like he had intent behind it. It wasn't like he was just going in there to box with him. It wasn't in there to prove that he's the bigger, stronger man. It was none of that. He had a plan. He had a plan all along the way, and they implemented it perfectly. Ilia looked bewildered. Ilia looked surprised. I think, people like Khabib has said that Justin Gaethje hits like a truck. It kind of looked like that power surprised Ilia Topuria. Listen, either way, I mean, to some degree, Ilia has some type of heart, because I honestly thought they were gonna call it a day after the 3rd round, and the man kept on going. So give him a little bit of props, but I mean, that quickly went away when you quit in the 4th after the 4th round. So either way, it was a phenomenal fight. I thought it was great. There was moments I obviously thought Justin Gaethje was going to win, given the body work of Ilia. There was moments I thought Ilia was going to win, and that's what you want out of these type of fights. You want to not know who's going to win, even though you think you know. So overall, great fight. Love to see it. Perfect timing for someone like Justin Gaethje. This is the first time he's held the title, the full title. So good on him. He's finally gotten his dream. He wanted the title before he retired. He's now gotten the title. Before he retired, he might not retire. According to Justin, his mom made him promise that he would wait until after the fight. So we'll see what Justin decides to do. Either way, if he decides to retire now, man, I don't think Justin has anything left to prove. He got the title. He got a fat payday. He's fought all the big legends, all the big names. I think Justin, if he decides to call it a career, good on him, man. Good on him. Right off onto the sunset with a fat paycheck. Listen, man, we'll keep you guys tuned. Again, at this juncture, Ilia needs to do something phenomenal, man, because you lost hella aura, big dog. But we'll see what happens from both of these guys. I'm sure Justin and Ilia will definitely have something to say after, a couple, maybe like a week or something like that of retrospection. But we'll see what happens, guys. We'll see what happens. And with that, make sure to like, comment, hate, subscribe, DM us about the bullshit. And
Until next time, get rest and stay blessed. We'll see you in the next one.